After Congress decided to keep mum about allegations of sexual assault against its Rajya Sabha MP and Deputy Chairman of the Upper House, PJ Kurien, then when a reporter tried to press Minister for Indian Overseas Affairs about Kurien's alleged involvement in the Suryanelli rape case, listen to the utterly reprehensible comment that he came up with.
Well, this is something we hope Congress President Sonia Gandhi is watching, because remember, this is the mood, the national anger against such sexual comments, that Vayalar Ravi has made this one.
Kurien sir deputy chairman
I can give you a number of the Prime Minister can talk to. ഞാനൊന്നും പറയേണ്ട കാര്യം ഇത് ഒരാൾ പറഞ്ഞു നിങ്ങളിങ്ങനെ അങ്ങനെ ഞങ്ങളൊന്നും പറയാത്ത കാര്യമല്ല ഞങ്ങളുടെ സ്വഭാവം. അത് നല്ലതല്ലേ, നിങ്ങൾ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരുന്നു, നല്ലോ ചീത്ത ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, നിങ്ങളടുത്ത് ആഘോഷിച്ചു, എനിക്ക് പരാതിയൊന്നുമില്ല. വനിതാ സംവരണമില്ല, ഞങ്ങൾ പാർലമെന്റ് പാസ്സാക്കി തരാം. ഡോണ്ട് വറി, നത്തിങ് വിൽ ഹാപ്പൻ ടു യു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്താ കുര്യനോട് വ്യക്തിപര വിരോധം ഉണ്ട്? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തോ വിരോധമുണ്ട്, പണ്ടെന്തോ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് വല്ല കുഴപ്പമില്ല ഉണ്ടോ?
Outraged, the Women's Journalists Association has shot off a letter of protest to the President, Prime Minister Sonia Gandhi and the Kerala Chief Minister demanding action against Vayalar Ravi. In their letter, they say that the words he said are utterly condemnable, it's deplorable behavior, and his reaction to a young woman journalist is roundly condemned.
Well, the minister's insinuations and words show that he thinks the whole incident is something to be made light of. When asked for his reactions on the developments in the Suryanelli rape case, in which Deputy Chairperson of the Rajya Sabha PJ Kurien's name has resurfaced, the minister questions her intention, the reporter's intention, and also makes a remark on her morals and integrity. It was not an expected piece of conduct of a senior minister and shows the lack of sensitivity that pervades the Union Cabinet. The posture, the body language and his statements were unbecoming of a man of his experience in public life as a people's representative. We believe that if journalists who have to ask questions and get reactions to happenings 24/7 in current affairs are treated thus, then the common woman perhaps has no chance at all. Let's listen in once again to what Vayalar Ravi said to a young reporter.
Kurien sir deputy chairman
I can give you a number of the Prime Minister can talk to. ആദ്യം ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞുതരാം, ഏക്കാണ്ടി ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ പതിക്കുന്നത് കോൺഗ്രസ് താങ്കളുടെ അഭിപ്രായം അതൊക്കെ ചോദിക്കേണ്ടത്. ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കുന്ന ഈ സമയം ഞാനൊന്നും പറയേണ്ട കാര്യം ഇത് ഒരാൾ പറഞ്ഞു നിങ്ങളിങ്ങനെ അങ്ങനെ ഞങ്ങളൊന്നും പറയാത്ത കാര്യമല്ല ഞങ്ങളുടെ സ്വഭാവം. അത് നല്ലതല്ലേ, നിങ്ങൾ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരുന്നു, നല്ലോ ചീത്ത ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, നിങ്ങളടുത്ത് ആഘോഷിച്ചു, എനിക്ക് പരാതിയൊന്നുമില്ല. വനിതാ സംവരണമില്ല, ഞങ്ങൾ പാർലമെന്റ് പാസ്സാക്കി തരാം. ഡോണ്ട് വറി, നത്തിങ് വിൽ ഹാപ്പൻ ടു യു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്താ കുര്യനോട് വ്യക്തിപര വിരോധം ഉണ്ട്? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തോ വിരോധമുണ്ട്, പണ്ടെന്തോ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് വല്ല കുഴപ്പമില്ല ഉണ്ടോ?
A union minister asked a reporter if she has ever had a similar experience with PJ Kurien. Can you imagine that? And yet no action has been taken against him despite protests being lodged. Former NCW chairperson Purnima Advani is with us. What explains, Ms. Advani, the complete silence on the part of the Kerala Chief Minister, the Congress President and every single senior leader that the women journalists of Kerala have written to?
That our leaders today lack potency. They don't have the guts to stand up for preservation of women's rights, of human rights. This is outrageous. I mean, no person who holds a responsible public office can afford to remain in office after such derogatory comments to any woman, be it a journalist, be it a woman walking on the streets. He has no business to do that. And if persons who are meant to be there for protection of society, for enhancement and development of the nation have this kind of a mentality, what kind of a nation are we going to develop? These are great questions which need to be answered. And the very fact that those in power, they lose all their senses and sensibilities is absolutely evident from this case.
Ms. Advani, what do you make of the fact that, you know, Sonia Gandhi just a few days ago at that Chintan Shivir had actually recognized the fact that there were several senior leaders who didn't give a damn about saying, you know, insensitive sexist, chauvinistic things in public, it doesn't appear that the national mood and even, those instructions from the very top mean anything at all. They don't mean squat to leaders like Vayalar Ravi.
I mean, it just shows that there is no guts to govern, that party politics are much more important than governing the nation, than looking after the people who are there in the nation. So people just don't matter. It is ultimately only during the time of elections that you're again going to hear lyrics regarding women's protections and women's rights and women's upliftment. But when it comes to ensuring whether justice is being done within your own house, within your own party, within your own people, there is a stark silence, because there is no governance within the party. There is they don't have the guts to govern. And to govern, you need a lot of guts. You need to take a call at crucial calls of when to do what. And I think they've just stopped taking those calls. Absolutely. So it's extremely sad that we have persons in positions of power who are able to get away with this kind of blatantly incorrect remarks that they pass and completely anti-women. What is our National Commission doing? I mean, National Commission for Women should call upon the Congress.
No, more importantly, what is the party leadership doing? Thank you very much, Ms. Advani, for speaking to us. I also want to bring in Meenakshi Lekhi. Meenakshi, we in fact wanted to speak to you about the global movement which is beginning tomorrow, 1 billion rising. But what hope do we have here in India of really achieving anything out of movements like this when we've got leaders, elected members of parliament and ministers who think this way? Ask a woman reporter whether she had any experience with PJ Kurien.
You see, I am very positive about India. A billion rising, I think we are a couple of billion rising. So we are going to rise against all this. I have complete faith in the power of democracy, complete faith in the power of people, and complete faith in the character of a common man or a woman for that matter. Because I think as a country we abhor this kind of conduct and behavior, and because we abhor this kind of conduct and behavior, we are going to seek change, and we are going to demand that change comes to us. And we are not looking at the billion rising or any other country for that matter. We have enough feminist forces and men who are feminists in this country that we are going to demand that such people are taken off and such people do not perpetrate the wrong which they have been used to committing.
Well, the problem
and
really
so far as PJ Kurien is concerned.
Meenakshi, just hold on to that
yes,
for a moment. I want to bring in our reporter. Let's see if any action is being contemplated. Perhaps Praveen joins me from Thiruvananthapuram. He's our correspondent there. Praveen, absolute outrage over the words used by Vayalar Ravi when he spoke to that reporter of Mathrubhumi channel. What are you hearing about the reactions? Has the Chief Minister come out and said anything? Because we certainly haven't heard anything from the Congress party in Delhi.
Shiv, what is startling is the silence, Shiv. There is no response from the government side, no response from the Congress party so far, and they have written it off like as if it is a joke. In fact, even Vayalar Ravi had said that he just meant a joke, and only they are trying to get away with a simple sorry which Vayalar Ravi had over the phone said to the girl reporter. No, this cannot be left like that, because all the media fraternity stood up against this, and they had conducted a march in Kochi, a huge rally in Kochi demanding justice. But none from the government, nobody from the Congress party has come forward so far and asked for an explanation. Neither AICC nor KPCC, they have not come forward. They wanted Vayalar Ravi to get off from this without any trouble. They just intended that Vayalar Ravi made a very passing sort of a comment. If you could see the video, you could even see that Vayalar Ravi was forcing the mic of that reporter down before he said this. So this is what is happening.
Well, and that is really the problem, because there might be protests, there might be letters shot off to the powers that be, but nothing comes of it eventually. Editor of Manushi, Madhu Kishwar, also joins us now. Madhu Kishwar, is that the problem? Because ministers, senior leaders from parties are cutting across political parties get away with frivolous, demeaning, disgusting, sexist statements, and no action is taken against them. And Vayalar Ravi probably will meet the same fate as well.
No, this is shocking beyond words. I don't think this is normal, because the seriousness of charges against this Congress vice chairman are so horrific, and the extent to which the Congress party goes to defend its compromised people. They could be sexually compromised, they could be financially compromised, they could have criminal charges. I think the Congress party has decided to brazen it out, and there's a consistent pattern. Somehow the Congress High Command handpicks compromised people, and then every time people protest, I mean, Singhvi is back, they brazen it out and they spring you with a bigger surprise. So there's scam after scam every day. There is exposes of these kind of sexual offences.
Yes.
Enough to shame anybody, and they just brazen it out and think that they'll produce a bigger scam next day, a bigger expose of something even worse, and people will forget.
Well, that's really the problem, isn't it, Madhu? The fact that, you know, reprehensible behavior of this kind is simply brushed under the carpet. People just wait for, you know, everybody else to forget that such horrible behavior, you know, was ever something that was put out there by senior ministers like Vayalar Ravi.